Hello, this is Tim Law with Plan It Forward Coaching and Self-Reliance You. Always remember your life, your dreams, your goals, and your career are all essential. Whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. A big thank you to over 350 people that have subscribed to this YouTube channel already, Plan It Forward Coaching. If you haven't, please do. Love to have more and more subscribed. Have a wonderful young lady who was on our Northeastern Bobcat tennis team with that excellent year of class of 2019. Did a phenomenal job in doubles with her doubles partner, Taylor Forry. I'd like to welcome Aubrey Shaffer, who I just think the world of. So Aubrey, tell us about your story a little bit, hon, and we'll roll.
Yeah, so I'm Aubrey. I'm going to be a junior at Mount Vernon Nazarene University. I'm majoring in social work and minoring in psychology. So through my high school career, I did tennis all 4 years and marching band as well, and concert band. I was part of the tech crew, and I would count taking CDL classes with Mr. Forry as one of the things I did as well that really impacted my experience in life as well. So yeah, that's just a bit about me.
Well, it's interesting you brought up Mr. Forry and the CDL. I was just in there talking to him just the other day, and I'm looking to try to get an interview with him, soon, because that CDL license is just a phenomenal thing to get, because currently they say that we're down literally 1 million truck drivers in this country as of today, and definitely a good direction to go for sure. So, Aubrey, what have you learned so far as some of the things that, whether it was high school or going to college, some of the things that you'd like to help, up and comers learn as well?
Yeah, I think a lot of the people you've interviewed so far have done a really good job of covering a lot of things. Something I just wanted to cover is something that I've noticed is the idea of identity.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something that, like, my entire high school career, and a lot high school students and college students are in that place of life where they're trying to identify what their passions are and what are things that they're just doing because they feel like they have to, or because other people in their life, their social networks, are encouraging them to go that way. So yeah, college has been a really good experience to just find those passions. And I was lucky enough going into college to know that my passion was working in social work. And if you're going into college and you're not there yet, that's totally fine. There's a lot of undecided majors as well before you get to discover what your passions are.
Sure. No, I certainly agree with that. And it's good to have a direction there. Aubrey, I'm going to share one of my favorite Aubrey Shaffer stories, and I think you might know where this is going. You were a little freshman. I hadn't heard 2 words out of you. Your sister was a senior at the time, Leah. And I can still remember we'd come back from a tennis match, and we're pulling into the school, and all of a sudden I hear all this pounding on the bus about we're the mighty Bobcats or this or that. And I look around, and it's Aubrey Shaffer leading the cheers, and I couldn't believe what I was hearing. And it was like, where did this what came out of this quiet little girl that hardly had said 2 words, was incredibly shy, and you just lit it up. I'll tell you, that was one of the coolest things to see you do, to do that. So what made you spring out of yourself and do that, Aubrey? That was awesome.
Yeah, I love that story.
So do I.
So I stayed in the school district all 12 years. So like the people I was around, I knew a lot of them. Kind of Northeastern is my second home. And so I was really able to grow in that confidence, especially as I got into high school. Especially having my sister there and my siblings, having those connections helped a lot. Just people knew me because of my siblings and stuff like that. So I was able to have that confidence in order to lead the team, in those cheers and stuff. I like building optimism and enthusiasm in the sports, especially after games when everyone's just like, oh, like either a win or a loss. Like everyone's just kind of like resting on the bus, and it's like, but we still won, and we're coming back home to our home turf, and like just kind of celebrating that with the team is something I really like to doing.
Yeah, I just as I said, it was just so it was like all of a sudden, who's this new kid on the bus here? You know, it was fantastic. I loved it. And anyway, and fortunately, because of the teams you were on, I mean, that 2019 crew we had was well, your senior year, those kids went, you know, you guys went 11-3 and how they had a phenomenal year, just missed the team districts. And, you know, and a lot of the tennis kids are just wonderful young ladies. And truth be told, you know, some of the most kids that have the kind of the longest athletic careers really are a lot of the soccer kids. So that our tennis kids, a lot of you guys don't get really started. I think we started with you maybe the spring of your 8th grade year to give you a little bit of a jump on the season.
Yeah.
And you guys made such huge improvement just by being consistent. So I was really, really proud and amazed of this, you know, this great group of you ladies. So any special memories you have, Aubrey, of you know, those tennis years there? And I'm going to ask you about a couple of other things as well.
Yeah. I always liked our end of the season celebrations where cupcakes would always be thrown. That was a good memory of high school. It'd always end up on someone's face or on their uniform or something. It was great. Yeah, we had a good group. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of them in a while, but I hope they're all doing well.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping to get a few more of them because one of the things that I think is real important, Aubrey, is seeing you young ladies, you know, start as like 8th grade little girls, and then by the time you're juniors and seniors, you know, you're becoming the young ladies that you are, and then being able to have a couple of years of college under your belt. I think it's so useful for what you know, you can help some of these younger up and comers, you know, learn and everything like that. Any advice you'd give some of the ones coming up as far as, you know, going on to college or work or, you know, whatever, what your thoughts would be for some of these ones that are just coming up now?
Yeah. I just want to touch on something really quick. You said about
Sure.
like helping the younger generations. I grew up in the Tennis for Kids program. That was my first interaction with tennis, was going over in the summers and just hitting around, you know, learning the basics of tennis. And I loved that so much. And I'm so happy that I've been able to help coach now and lead the new generation as well in those experiences that I also experienced myself. For those students that are thinking about going on to college or maybe not, I know for me, in my English class, Miss Dellinger had us do like personality tests to kind of like figure out what career or which path we might want to take in the future. And I found that really helpful because I haven't really done a whole lot of personality tests. I did a few at church with leadership opportunities there. But just knowing yourself and knowing how your strengths fit into where you feel like you might be called either to a career path or a career path or higher education is so helpful. And I've been continuing to do that while even in college, because that can change. Like we're in a lot of change, just constantly the change to college. You can change who you are in a new environment with different people. So things like the Myers-Briggs and the Enneagram tests, just knowing how you function and how to be the best version of yourself that goes beyond just career stuff, personality development, and just the holistic approach to wellness. Even personality can really tie into that.
Sure. Yeah, no, definitely makes a lot of sense, Aubrey. Do you have any particular teachers that you kind of look back on as far as you remember? And I know you, when you were in middle school, there was some lady named Miss Sarah Dorward who was somebody that you and a couple of the other young ladies really enjoyed. Sarah's got such a phenomenal sense of humor.
Yes.
Sarah or any of the other teachers that kind of stand out in your mind?
Yeah, Miss Dorward is definitely one of them. We always said we were going to go back and visit. And then on the last day of high school, they were like, you need to have an appointment or something. So we weren't able to do it. Definitely Mr. Chad Forry with the CDL program. I mean, that leadership was able to get me a summer job last year during COVID. working in a warehouse, which
Mhm.
was an amazing experience. I don't know if I'd do it again, but it was still really good, and paid really well to pay off the debt that's going to be coming. Um,
Mhm.
and Mr. David Weichert with the tech crew, giving that opportunity to, just learn more about electronics and how computers work and things of that nature. Um, Definitely you, Tim Law, with
Well, thank you.
the tennis and coaching. Yeah, uh, that has really helped me a lot and made me who I am. And then Timothy Howell, my band director
Mhm.
at Northeastern, with marching band. That was something that my siblings didn't do, and I was kind of able to pour into that and make that my thing from high school as well. So
Yeah, no, that's wonderful. And yeah, we do have a great group over there at Northeastern Middle and High, and just a lot of people that really do take a big interest as far as the students are concerned. And so, anyway, Aubrey, are any last second thoughts, advice, or anything like that you'd like to leave us with? I mean, this has been wonderful, and please hang out afterwards because I'll talk to you for a minute or two here afterwards. But any last second thoughts here?
I just really liked what Giselle was saying about the people.
Giselle Gastano.
Yes.
We know her real well. I just want to make sure people know who you're referring to here. Yeah, go ahead
Yeah,
about Giselle Gastano.
one of my teammates from high school. But what she was saying about like the people around you and the networks that you have, I think that really comes into play. Coming out of a pandemic that we've just faced. Like there's people around you that care about you, and so just kind of mental health type stuff. If you're struggling, there's always people around you that you can talk to. So yeah.
Very well said. Very well said, Aubrey. Certainly agree with it. And again, I've said this on a number of the other interviews, is that with people that have been involved with sports, band, music, extracurricular things, having to push themselves, it's almost like having a emotional suit of armor on us. Again, this COVID thing for this last year has been very tough. I mean, we call it as it is, but I think the advantage of us that have been involved having to push ourselves, I think we're a little bit better adapted to it. It's certainly not been easy, but I think it's something that you would agree with, that the things that you've been involved with, and Giselle and all the other great people that we've interviewed, it certainly helped, I think.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
I agree.
for sure. Okay, well, if you hang on for a second here, Aubrey, we'll be right back with you. And thank you so very, very much for being on here today.
Thank you.